Hello everyone. Besides COVID-19, one of the hottest topic around is cryptocurrency.
Welcome to the world. Bitcoin festival ever happened in the history with world-class top speaker.
And we believe that Bitcoin is the best financial instrument to store your wealth against inflation and capture the value of your hard work so that it won't leak.
So the very, very good ideology about decentralized, one perfect example that would be Bitcoin. No governments in the world can manage it. It's 100% decentralized to every common man across the planet.
Bitcoin is deemed property by the IRS, and most countries deem it as property, which makes it an asset, not a currency. And the strongest currency is the dollar, and the strongest asset is Bitcoin.
It's not what I want or you want, it's what the institutions want. Institutions that are just stepping in or considering getting involved in allocating to crypto want one thing, Bitcoin. We're not going to print $2 trillion worth of paper. That currency is going to be digital.
So here's stocks. The government will make sure it doesn't crash. Gold will not crash, but crypto could. You know why? Because the Fed doesn't want to. Because the reason I like crypto, the reason I buy Bitcoin and Ethereum and all that stuff, is I don't like the Fed.
Hello, I'm Dr. Asher Idan, Bitcoin academic lead professor. I will teach you how to know exactly when to buy Bitcoin and what the Bitcoin and the other crypto are going to do in the coming months.
Biggest gathering of Bitcoin enthusiasts coming together to create an extraordinary movement.
The Global Bitcoin Festival in this October. And this is a gathering of industrial experts and enthusiastic, passionate Bitcoin community. It is a movement. This movement aims to update, to promote, to educate the adoption of Bitcoin. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite you to join this movement. Yeah, sign up for the link below for this movement, the Global Bitcoin Festival. And I'll see you there. Hello everybody. Welcome to Monday. Today is the beginning of the week and beginning of many good things to come too. Welcome everybody. Welcome. Now, investing in Bitcoin is once in lifetime opportunity for you to achieve financial freedom. Yeah, you're not going to find this gate opening all the time. And perhaps this is one crazy time because there's so much money you can make in investing in Bitcoin. And it's going to last forever. So is Bitcoin going to all-time high this coming week? This is what we are going to find out today. My name is Richard Tan from Success Resources. We're the world leading education provider every week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This is streamed live on Facebook and also on YouTube. We are making videos talking about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. So if this is a topic that you are interested in, so make sure that you subscribe to the channel, do a thumbs up, click on the thumbs up, and also the notification bell so that whenever we have a video, you are the first to be told, right? So I'm very delighted to bring my friend, Dr. Clemen Chiang, to the program. He's an authority in financial investing and also a very, very well-known teacher and coach to many thousands of students. Welcome, Dr. Clemen.
Wow, thank you so much for having me, Richard. A good Monday to everyone. We are back to the grind, and today we got so much things to share with all of our live audience. Thank you so much for having me, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Well, today is Monday. Many people doesn't like Monday, they like Friday. But you know, everything has a start, right? Everything has a start, and today is a start of the weekend. Start on coming to the weekend again, right? Now, Dr. Clemen, let's start off with an article or news by President Biden of the United States. Now, he commented that US is going to bring 30 countries together, ganging together to stop the illicit use of cryptocurrency. So this is one news, one angle. Now, the other news is that the richest man in the world, or one of the richest men in the world, Elon Musk, says that no government can stop cryptocurrency. Now, question to you, Dr. Clemen, is this: how do you see retail investor, ordinary investor, and institution react to this comment?
Wow, that's a great start. First question, Richard. And you know what? This is a really heavy loaded question. First of all, I think we kind of trace back. We came back from a well-rested weekend. First thing, we jump in to look at the charts of Bitcoin. All right. So as we can see right now, there's a major recovery of Bitcoin. And it's kind of a really, really amazing because the previous sell-off is right here on this red candle. That was dated 20th of September. And if you count the number of days, within 12 days, it kind of a rebound back with the green candle right here on the right. So as a result, we kind of enjoy what we call a cup and handle kind of a technical pattern right now, and people are expecting the price to go up. Now, what is really important for us is recap three very important major news. First off, is on 20th of September, and that is the day where Bitcoin falls to nearly 40,000 amid fears of China debt. And that's none other than China Evergrande. And Bitcoin, Ether, and all cryptocurrencies have fallen over 10% in the last 24 hours. That was dated 20th September. Now, what this chart right now has shown us is that, hey, everybody is telling the whole world, hey, China, you are out of mind, out of sight. We don't care what you're going to do to cryptocurrency. We're going to send the price back to the original day before it fell. And that is how resilient the Bitcoin market is. So in a sense, it is very, very appropriate right now. We come to point two of what Richard has asked us, and that is, hey, you know what? Right now, President Joe Biden is taking the lead to kind of bring together 30 countries to say a common message. Let's stop the illicit use of cryptocurrency. Now, when I dive deeper into the reading of this article, I chanced upon CNN, who also reported the same. But the way they worded the heading is to crack down on ransomware threat. And really, the target of this 30 members alliance is just to hammer on one guy. Who's that guy? None other than Moscow, and that's President Putin. So they kind of are very skeptical about Russia's involvement into the penetration of US assets using ransomware threats. And they suspect that is triggered right in the soil of Russia. And that's the reason why right now, President Putin kind of in a very smart move, gathered together all his allies and say, okay, we're going to come together, put a strong fight. But all in, the president's interest is just on US assets. They don't really care about what's happening out there right now, as we can see from the recent pullout from Afghanistan. So this is much more of a targeted point at Moscow and telling Moscow, please back off, don't mess with us. But all in, we are really on a safe soil right now, Richard.
Good. Thank you, Dr. Clemen. And also, I think the last in our last session, we discussed that Joel Paul, the Fed chairman says that they are not going to ban crypto, right? If we remember that. So, so don't be alarmed by this news. If you read carefully, it's not targeting against cryptocurrency, right? Now, the next question I want to ask, I mean, going down on the country level, down big country to a smaller country, right? Now, as more and more countries are open to Bitcoin and crypto in their population, question to you, Dr. Clemen, is how do you see this trend spreading across the world, that countries are opening up to crypto?
Well, this is really, really huge. I think many of us are kind of inspired by the recent comments made by Tesla's Elon Musk. And, you know, he made a very, very bold statement right here. And there it goes. Tesla CEO Elon Musk said this: it is not possible for governments to destroy cryptocurrencies. I think that is a very fair word for someone who's very deep into being energy efficient based on the cars they built off Tesla, as well as SpaceX, as well as Solar City, as well as the Boring Company. He knows deep in to the world of payment since he was making the first pot of gold out of PayPal. That was That's where he really sold off his business and made his first pot of wealth. Now, we kind of take this idea from Elon Musk, the richest man on the planet last week, and then kind of spin off to all other countries thinking about cryptocurrency. Right here, we have this article about New Zealand, first Bitcoin-only investment fund launch. Now, this is really hot off the news because this was dated on the 4th of October, just as of today. And this is becoming such a norm right now because when we talk about investment fund, we are always talking about accredited investors, otherwise known as AI. Now, accredited investors are already protected by the law, meaning to say they are much more discerning, they are very savvy investors, and of which their net worth should be considered high before they can put their money into a Bitcoin only investment fund. Now, this is spreading across the world right now. We can't stop this movement. And that's the reason why Singapore's MAS, Monetary Authority Singapore, grants crypto licenses to DBS Unit and Australian Exchange, more licenses expected to be issued. This, again, kind of many news media are covering the fact that right now, all the crypto honchos, the big bosses, are gathered here in Singapore. We are one of the most crypto-friendly countries out there in the world with a very, very leading-edge crypto laws that's being passed. They went through step one, the sandbox era. Any ideas, any projects, they put through a sandbox, regulators look at it, private investors look at it, and once you graduate out of the sandbox, they go to step two, they start issuing out the licenses. Now, after the issuance of licenses, step three, that's where the business will start to expand, and this kind of become very, very interesting for us. So I want to highlight a few names here. This is one of the big names right now for Singapore crypto players, as that's none other than FOMO Pay. Now, FOMO Pay won one of the biggest and most important awards that's during the Singapore FinTech Festival last year. So there's an acknowledgement of his management team, the business model, and right now with the receipt of the official license for MAS, FOMO Pay right now is on a tear, right? They are like going to the moon. So many other companies are on the line right now, and there's a big part of this article that's just focused on Binance. As we all know, Binance and Huobi, right now they are also in the spotlight because of the recent ban in China. But Binance is the one gunning for a crypto license officially in Singapore. So with that, we kind of from New Zealand, go to Singapore, and right now we spread our wings all the way to Tonga. Wow, Tonga also joining the mad rush right now, and kind of inspired by the first legal tender in the world, that's none other than El Salvador. And everybody is just putting in their chips right now on part of the domino effect, and we can really see this ramp up. And I believe by the end of this year, many politicians will be staking their entire political life with a drive towards cryptocurrency. This is the politician. Number two, many investors, we are talking about Bitcoin ETF related funds, are also putting their fullest bet behind the cryptocurrency because they say this is a movement that cannot be stopped any further. And number three, the retail investors, many of them right now are sitting on the fence, but they are seeing that, oh my gosh, the adoption is going up so crazily. If I don't get in right now, I'll probably be defined as a latecomer on the S-curve. There you go, Richard. All these are bits and pieces coming to pass. And once we arrive at the Global Bitcoin Festival in end of October, bam, that is the official start day count leading to November and December, where every pundit on cryptocurrency market, they're expecting a major spike of Bitcoin pricing. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Now, one of the driving force that going to drive the Bitcoin price to 100,000 and beyond 100,000, 200,000, 300,000, even 500,000 is the SEC approval of ETF, because US being one of the largest country in the world, with ETF in US, a lot of money will come in, billions and trillions of money will come in and will drive the price. But now, again, last few days, or even yesterday, SEC is postponing decision for application of ETF, for Bitcoin application of ETF, which can be a driving force to drive up the Bitcoin price to the moon. Now, question for you is this, right? So what do you think will happen next? What do you think will happen next?
Wow, that's a great question, Richard. And, let's give everybody the context. We're going to look at this article dated on 3rd of October, yesterday, published on a Sunday. And the headline goes this way. SEC rolls decisions on 4 Bitcoin ETF applications to end of 2021. Now, this is really, really good news in my perspective, because rather than a blanket no, they're telling everybody, give us more time, give us more time. We got to work certain things out. And I think the correct word to describe there is, I think there's some kind of backdoor dealing going on right now. What exactly is that? I'm coming to it, all right? So here we go. What is really important for all of our audience here today is to note down 4 very important key dates. Now, this key dates is what I also call it the low-hanging fruits, all right? The first key date is 21st of November. Second one is 8th of December. Third one is 11th of December. And the last one is Christmas Eve, just nice for a Christmas present. What exactly are these 4 days? These are low-hanging fruits. These are what we call trigger points. This is what I describe in my class. I call it WAR, W-A-R. You must have a wow event with an announcement date, and it's recurring. Is it recurring? Recurring 4 times. So if we kind of break down the dates, 21st of November to 8th of December, that's like 9 plus 8, about 17 days apart. Then 8th of December to 11th, that's about 3 days apart. 24th minus 11, that's like 13 days apart. I mean, literally, if you look at it this way, Richard, it's like one building on top of another. The momentum keeps building up. And that's the reason why the vision becomes even clearer. November all the way to December, if we assume that each of these dates is a green light date, can you imagine what will be the price then? It'll be boom, 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 a major celebration, and everybody will be popping out their confetti, and it will just spread across the floor. So these are really, really 4 important dates, and I don't think they want to line up 4 dates with 4 sequential rejections. They're going to have a political problem on the table. Because what's at hand, as what we have evolved over the last 50 episodes of our YouTube and Facebook live stream, is this. Number 1, China has literally presented the plate of cryptocurrency to the Americans, simply because they cannot handle the energy shortages within their own country. That's number 1. Number 2, even if the US decide not to proceed with the Bitcoin ETF or Bitcoin futures ETF, the neighboring countries like Switzerland has already granted approval. What is stopping the outflow of money? So it doesn't make sense for the politicians to turn this down. And number 3, all the leading edge cryptocurrency companies are already based out of US soil. We are talking about companies like Coinbase, Robinhood, Interactive Brokers, upcoming IPOs that include FTX.com, Gemini.com. I mean, these are huge home base, already far granted green light by Securities Exchange Commission. So this is kind of to me, is a no-brainer, unless in the backdoor dealing, something that we are not aware about kind of crop up. All right. So we take a look at this article. We also take a look at every projections out there right now. Richard, this article is telling us that futures-based Bitcoin ETF, holy mama, has a 75% chance of approval in October. This is the nearest lowest hanging fruit that we can kind of catch right now. This officially right now in the month of October. So this part, we already knew that Chairman Gary Gensler from SEC has kind of given his soft approval for a futures Bitcoin ETF. So this will kind of lay out the path for what are the things that is going to come and happen. And these are all really, really exciting events for us. And you know, Richard, this is really, really the most important season of 2021. So if they kind of put everything together, we are looking at right now, Q4 is the most what is the best is acceleration, climax, whatever you can describe it. Q4 will be the game-changing quarter of the century. Everything will be passed down by law. Everybody will witness this momentous time in history. And if you are kind of not part of the action, sorry, you can only tell your grandchildren in future, granddaddy was there back then watching but not playing. Back to you, Richard.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Clemen. But Dr. Clemen, do you recall that a few weeks ago, we dig out a news whereby SEC says that they will definitely make a decision on a company that applied for ETF called VANECK, 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 on the 14th of November. So in just summary of what you have gone through, so we have a October date for a 75% chance of a future ETF future, and then we got a 14th November date also by VANECK on the 14th of November, where SEC will either approve or disapprove for that, and then then the 4 other dates. So actually, all the way from October to December, we have many chance of having a ETF approved by the SEC, right?
Exactly. Yes, Richard, you're spot on, because there's so many applicants right now. There's more than a dozen. And each one of them are just counting down. VANECK is the first official first in the queue as of this moment. So as they start counting down the list, I mean, they just can't just keep rejecting everybody without giving a clear guideline of the regulation. So right now, what is truly happening, I suspect, SEC is being pushed to a corner to finally kick up their own ass, beef up their own regulation. Because they got to tell people, if you want to reject, what are your basis of rejection? So that future applications can attack your basis of rejection and file a new application all over again. But if you don't tell people for your basis of rejection and you just keep rejecting like 4 sequential or 5 sequential rejections, you're going to have a major political storm coming up. Everybody will be hammering on you. It's exactly what Coinbase is telling the market. Hey, you want me to play the good boy? You got to tell me where are my boundaries. If you're not telling my boundaries, but because I'm about to launch a lending product, you're going to sue me, that is unfair. This is very, very unfair to the private market out there as well as the public market. And that's the message everybody is sending to SEC Chair Gary Gensler. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. Now, we go to follow the Plan B prediction. We're going to address the Plan B prediction again. Bitcoin price, according to Plan B, which actually spots on for the August prediction and September prediction. Now, October prediction is that Bitcoin will hit over 63,000 in October and 98,000 in November. And in December, it will go to beyond 100,000 to 135,000, right? So this is Plan B, stock to flow model. So question for you, Dr. Clemen, is what else can you add to this? So let's discuss if Bitcoin is going to hit the all-time high in the coming weeks.
Wow. We got quite a number of articles that we need to kind of show everybody and start to put our lenses together to connect the dots. So right now I'm assembling the articles right here and give everybody a very, very clear visual. So starting from this article that's coming from Crypto Potato. I worked with them previously, Richard. Crypto Potato is really one of the premium media that's covering cryptocurrency news. This is what they have to say to us. Step 1, 3 factors that could initiate the next Bitcoin price leg up. Wow. Dated 3rd October. And first one is the one that we have been discussing for the past 4 weeks already. Bitcoin ETF approval in the US. As we know, all the hints that Gary Gensler is giving to the market is he will approve a Bitcoin futures ETF. but the official Bitcoin ETF, they needed extra time to kind of kick up their own ass. And then by the time we have listed the 4 dates just now, those are the 4 sequential dates, all right? So this first point, we have deliberated at length already. Second one is the massive adoption. Wow. This massive adoption is what Richard has highlighted to us, where Plan B touched upon El Salvador's legalization on Bitcoin, and it's the very first nation to do so. So when you have a nation taking the lead and other nations following through on the lead, that's where you build upon the momentum. So this is like amazing, amazing. And the El Salvador president, Bukele, kind of give insight on how are they going to monetize on Bitcoin. They are using the heat generated from the live volcano. And this kind of inspired many other countries looking around their country, their natural resource. Do we have wind? Do we have the sun? Do we have water? What do we have that can generate more energy to help us to mine Bitcoin directly? So this is the thinking that inspired the whole nations out there, really looking at the natural resources that they have not activated in the past. All right. So from here, we also come out from the U-turn from China. This is really, really slapped on China's face, because why? Within 12 days, we kind of delivered Bitcoin back to its original price before the fall. And that's the reason why we are so excited. It shows China has no more impact. Look at this chart and we can formally declare that China has no more impact onto the price of Bitcoin. Went down, went up again, no more impact. This is literally presenting the entire plate of goodies, everything to the Americans. So these are the 3 points. And of course, when we go back through the history, we kind of connect other dots. Right over here, Plan B is saying that, okay, we got to hit a target of 288,000. Now, everybody will have their own sensing of the price. So depending on whether you're using on-chain analysis, stock-to-flow model, you're using what we call cryptocurrency market cap, everybody got a way of calculation. So Plan B looking at 288,000, and this is kind of huge because why? They were literally known like a sniper. All right. They've been nailing the Bitcoin predictions like a sniper. Everybody have given acknowledgement to the work. And then they right now talking about 288,000, and it will hit really, really soon. Okay. So how do you go about hitting 288,000? Now, I got some insights regarding this. And this is where I want to bring on coinmarketcap.com. All right. Let's take a look at coinmarketcap.com. And over here, what we always have to observe are 2 very important metrics. Right on top here, when you landed on the homepage, and that is today's cryptocurrency prices by market cap. The number we are looking at, $2.11 trillion market cap. All right, later on, I think we're going to expound an idea. Perhaps this will go up by 100 times more to hit 200 trillion. Now, another number that we need to look out for is right over here. These 2 guys are also very important for us to monitor, all right? First is the Bitcoin market cap, right now 900 billion. We are just 100 billion away to hitting back the $1 trillion market cap. And Ethereum right now is 400 billion, 100 billion more to hitting $500 billion market cap. Now, these 2 are the main drivers of the entire 2.11 trillion. And that's the reason why when we come and trace back on the argument put forth here, and we say, okay, somebody has a prediction of 288,000 or 100,000. And then we look back to the big picture. Okay, what does the total market cap telling us right now? Between the total crypto market cap, Bitcoin itself, Bitcoin plus Ethereum, and Ethereum itself, do the numbers make sense? And when we start to connect all these dots, it makes perfect sense. Because right here, we also have Strikes, Jack Mallers, talking about the wonders of Bitcoin in El Salvador, why Bitcoin is on the cusp of smashing 100,000 this year. So again, for Jack Mollers, he's doing the work right there in El Salvador, helping them with the adoption. And they're already looking at over 70% of adoption rate in such a short period of time. Look over here. This is 70% of the country's population that is unbanked, and they are already hitting them out. So that is the reason why they need to go on a legal tender with Bitcoin. So Richard, handling this, in a major roundup is that there are so many low-hanging fruits right now. Everything seems to build up, everything that we've done in the past 50 episodes leading to this moment, the quarter of the century, that is going to make everything count. And that is right now, first month, October, next month, November, end of the month, December. Let's give ourselves this time, really focus, zoom in on this most important quarter for the cryptocurrency development. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you so much. And that's the reason why we are organizing the Global Bitcoin Festival this October, so as to really encourage everyone out there to look at this asset class. So it's a gathering of industrial experts and community of Bitcoin holder to come together, and it is a movement. So we like to encourage every one of you to pass word around, to encourage more people to come and join us at the Global Bitcoin Festival. Now, if you have not signed up, so there's a link there. Do sign up for the Global Bitcoin Festival. Now, Dr. Clemen, investing in Bitcoin is a lifetime opportunity for ordinary people to achieve financial freedom. We are not going to have this opportunity, in fact, anywhere near in the coming decade in any other product, whether stocks, whether company, whether business. So this is a great opportunity, and it's going crazy because there's so much money that can be made in this opportunity here. Now, Dr. Clemen, question for you is, what do you think? Why do you think that this is the best opportunity, and this is the right time and best opportunity to invest in Bitcoin?
Yes, Richard, this question again is a spot-on question, because for us, playing a prediction on the price is a consequence of law of demand and supply. Now, we already, we belabored so many times about the fact that Bitcoin has a fixed supply of 21 million coins over a spread of 10 decimal places. Now, this is fixed, cast in stone. Nobody's going to change that. That is one of the most powerful, unique selling proposition of Bitcoin. So we take care of the supply side of things, all right? And then the demand is a question of adoption. So we're going to kind of go through right now the demand and supply and connect these two dots together and formulate an argument. So start with this article first. Bitcoin is facing a major supply shortage, right? Now, why is there a major supply shortage? Because everybody right now is hodling on their Bitcoins. They refuse to sell it back to the market, thereby reducing the circulation. And we only gone through the third Bitcoin halving. And based on the calculation, third Bitcoin halving is 2020, fourth Bitcoin halving is 2024, fifth Bitcoin halving is 2028. By the time we hit sixth Bitcoin halving, 2032, over 99% of the Bitcoin would have been mined already, almost hitting that 21 million fixed supply, right? So what will happen then? Two consequences right now. People who own Bitcoin refuse to let go of the Bitcoin, hang on like their precious baby, refuse to release back to the market, put into their cold wallet and remove it back from the crypto exchanges. All this data is really showing us in the past 50 episodes that we've been talking about. On the other side, the guys that are working hard to mine the Bitcoin, they got lesser and lesser Bitcoins to mine because right now there's already 18 million circulating in the marketplace. Now, where is the 18 million? Right here, everybody you got to see by visual, then you'll be so convinced of this argument, right? So let me kind of zoom out a little bit here. Where is the 18 million circulating supply? Let me show you right here. Okay, I got it. Here we go. This is the Bitcoin circulating supply right now. 18 million. 18.834 million. And that kind of explained to you on this side right here, the miners got lesser and lesser things to mine already. And while on the other side, people are holding on to their Bitcoin, refusing to let go. So the supply kind of been very, very apparent to everybody. Holy moly, the supply is reducing. And the demand, I'm going to show a really blockbuster kind of a tweet coming from Raoul Pal. Here we go. This is the chart that they put so much resources to understand the adoption of Bitcoin. I'm going to kind of click on this and give everybody a very clear understanding. So first of all, we're going to zoom in onto this part here, where they have a little white pointed arrow, all right? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to follow exactly what the chart is telling us. At the white dot area, I'm going to drop a line. Right now, officially, our friends, we are in the year 2021, correct? And then I move horizontally across here. It is telling us that, holy moly, total crypto traders or users right now, we hit 300 million users. And they are projecting out the fact that, mama, by the time we hit 2024, right here, we drop a line close to 2024, the total adoption will hit 1 billion crypto users. So you are right now standing in the distance between 300 million users to 1 billion. Now, if you are in the 300 million users, you are still considered an early mover. But by the time you hit 1 billion, you are defined as a late comer because you sit on the fence after watching 50 episodes of what Richard and I put together. You're still sitting on your ass. Then we really can't help you much. So thereby, this chart represents the demand side of things. If the demand goes up, supply remains the same, there's only one direction for the price of Bitcoin. It must spike all the way to the moon. Back to you, Richard.
Yeah, okay, thank you, Dr. Clemen. Now, also there is an article on the market cap, right? Currently, the market cap is 2 trillion US dollar for the crypto. And there's an article that says that this market cap will increase, I can't remember, 10 times or 20 times or 100 times. Can you address on this with respect to the Bitcoin price and the opportunity that we have right now?
Oh, yes. There's an article, very important article, which I encourage everybody to read. In fact, we were really inspired back then last year when we traded on Bitcoin during the third halving. And that was the prediction made by Pantera boss, Dan Morehead. I like his name very much because you got more head. So that's how we remember him, all right? So what exactly did he say? In 2020, 12th of May, when we traded Bitcoin, he already made a prediction. Bitcoin hit 100,000 in the year 2021, all right? And it's coming to pass. And right now, he's saying that, okay, what will really, really happen is this. Here we go. Bitcoin's market cap could grow by 10 times in half a decade, which is 5 years. And this 10 times half a decade, how do you measure it, on a numerical basis? So let's read out this paragraph together. Here we go. The cryptocurrency market capitalization could continue to roughly double in size each year over the next half decade, which is 5 years, to reach 40 trillion by that time. And if we take 2 trillion, 40 trillion divided by 2 trillion, that's 20 times from today. Because today we are trading at 2 trillion size. So 20 times of today, and he noted Bitcoin could grow by 10 times during that span. So first is the overall crypto market. 20 times is going to grow within 5 years. But for Bitcoin, he expects itself to grow by 10 times. So 10 times, we are easily looking at $500,000 per coin, $500,000 per coin by the year we hit 2025. And this kind of in sync with Katie Woods from ARK Invest, she also made the same prediction Bitcoin should hit $500,000 by the time we hit 2025. And this is the monster duke of today, because these are influencers. These are guys with analysts sitting on the desk working 24 hours, thinking about a problem, and they have feet on the ground, pulling off the data on chain, off chain, and they are giving us the prediction. So this is mama good news.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. So ladies and gentlemen, you see that Bitcoin adoption is going to go up 300 million to 1 billion in the next couple of years. The market cap of crypto and Bitcoin is going to go up from 2 trillion to 40 trillion. So it only means that by simple max, that the price is going to go up. But the time, we don't have a lot of time. And I don't know how the curve will go, whether it's linear or it's exponential, but this is the time for you to get in. And that's the reason why we are organizing the Global Bitcoin Festival. We are very passionate about this. Dr. Clemen, myself, and the whole team of us here are very passionate about Bitcoin. And we're doing this on a weekly basis to educate and encourage everybody to get into it. Now, we are asking for your support to also, spread the news around your loved one, your family, and your friends to also be involved in this amazing opportunity. So we have this Global Bitcoin Festival in October, 28, 29 October. And we like you to invite your friend and your loved one to join us in this amazing festival here, so that we can form a movement to encourage each other to capitalize on this amazing opportunity. Now, Dr. Clemen, can you say a few last words for all of us here, your wisdom with regard to what is happening, and also to the Global Bitcoin Festival?
Oh, yes. And, this is the month, as we recap what we have shared today in summary, everything points to the fact that we are in the most important month right now. Now, month of October is much more, to me, a month of action. Because if you don't take action, we come to November, December, that's it. You miss the train already. So first recap, where are we on the Bitcoin chart? All right, there are two important price movements here. The previous high was 53,000. And once we touch about 53,000 on the previous high, we're going to hit back to $1 trillion market cap for Bitcoin. And today we are floating around 47,000. So from here to go back to the previous year is a very few low-hanging fruits that will just trigger it back. But we are really not interested in 53,000. What we are really interested in is the previous all-time high, and that was at 63,000 right here. So you kind of pass through three very important major points, all right? So from here, kind of come to here, from here, kind of come to here. And then once that these three steps in front of you have been set up, it is ready to hit 100,000. And that's the reason why we are really counting down with only 24 days more to go. Wow, this is like madness, 24 days more to go. And, the team behind Success Resources is working really up their level already, because there's so many things that's happening. I know at the background, we're getting more and more speakers involved. And right now we kind of scroll down. We have a new addition to the team, and that's none other than Ben Armstrong, a YouTuber, podcaster, crypto enthusiast, and creator of the Big Boy Crypto. He's joining us on the panel as well. And I know there are many other names that we have yet to announce. We're just putting on the final details. So coming back here, I think what is really important is this. May I suggest that all of you really take the time to review all the past 50 episodes of what Richard and myself have gone through on connecting the dots and putting sense of this event together. Then you understand, wow, how could Richard and Clemen and Success team time it so beautifully that the event will take place exactly on the 28th and 29th of October, leading to the event with the heritage of everything that we covered over the past 50 episodes, whatever we are covering today, moving forward to 28th of October. And by the time, bam, a celebration of all of our movement, all of our crypto enthusiasts, you are part of this movement together with us. So we welcome you. Very quickly, go and register and make sure you are taking part in this event together with us. And together, we're going to witness the major change of history for 2021, Bitcoin and the world. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. We need your support to pass word around, as this event is a guest event and a gift to everyone out there. And do support us by spreading the news around. And today is Monday, and we want to wish you a wonderful, wonderful week ahead till we see you again on Wednesday. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello everyone. Besides COVID-19, one of the hottest topic around is cryptocurrency.
Welcome to the world. Bitcoin festival ever happened in the history with world-class top speaker.
And we believe that Bitcoin is the best financial instrument to store your wealth against inflation and capture the value of your hard work so that it won't leak.
A very, very good ideology about decentralized. One perfect example that would be Bitcoin. No governments in the world can manage it. It's 100% decentralized to every common man across the planet.
Bitcoin is deemed property by the IRS, and most countries deem it as property, which makes it an asset, not a currency. And the strongest currency is the dollar, and the strongest asset is Bitcoin.
It's not what I want or you want, it's what the institutions want. Institutions that are just stepping in or considering getting involved in allocating to crypto want one thing: Bitcoin. We're not going to print $2 trillion worth of paper. That currency is going to be digital.
So here's stocks. The government will make sure it doesn't crash. Gold will not crash, but crypto could. You know why? Because the Fed doesn't want to. Because the reason I like crypto, the reason I buy Bitcoin and Ethereum and all that stuff, is I don't like the Fed.
Hello, I'm Dr. Asheridan, Bitcoin academic lead professor. I will teach you how to know exactly when to buy Bitcoin and what the Bitcoin and the other crypto are going to do in the coming months.
Biggest gathering of Bitcoin enthusiasts coming together to create an extraordinary movement.
The Global Bitcoin Festival in this October. And this is a gathering of industrial experts and enthusiastic, passionate Bitcoin community. It is a movement. This movement aims to update, to promote, to educate the adoption of Bitcoin. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite you to join this movement. Yeah, sign up for the link below for this movement, the Global Bitcoin Festival. And I'll see you there. Thank you.